a soon forgotten sea. We met in a dream, a world slipped through the sea. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna leave, but I am waking, unmaking everything. Forget your face, I'll soon forget your faces. I'll soon forget your face. I'll soon forget your faces. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to be. 3 persons, 1 body. 3 persons, 1 mind. 3 persons, 1 body. 1 body divide. Will I recall the failing so severe? The failings of my soul, they're slipping through my hand. I'm doomed to repeat this hell in my sleep. I'll lie to myself, unmaking everything. Your face, I'll soon forget your faces. I'll soon forget your face. I'll soon forget your faces. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to me. Oh, forget this dream and all that it means to be. 3 persons, 1 body. 3 persons, 1 mind. 3 persons, 1 body. 1 body bye-bye.
Hello, Kalu Kalay. My name is Notepad and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on the Palworld RPG. Yeah. So, looking at my chat, JJK is ending in 5 chapters. Yes, JJK is going to end, everyone. Judge Judy Kyson will finally be concluding. And I have a strange feeling, Gojo Sisters, that it ain't gonna go too well. I know Chainsaw Man's going to end soon as well. Chainsaw Man, I legitimately don't know where you go at this point with Chainsaw Man, because there's a very distinct chance that next chapter, my theory on where Chainsaw Man will go could just be wrong. Could just go away. I don't know. Also, thank you very much, Mechanical Bias, for subscribing, for following. Thank you. Chainsaw Man, you go exactly where you started, straight to mid. It's, genuinely speaking, the past few chapters have been so fascinating because it can really be summarized as, here's a genius idea. Oh no, don't worry. It's actually a genius plan. Oh no! Don't worry, everyone. This is all according to Keikaku. Oh no! It's truly an art piece. It really is an art piece. It's flawless. Truly a flawless product. Outside of that, we do have some other news though. Tabletop news. Welcome to Night Vale is going to get an RPG, and it's going to be Essence 20 apparently. Yeah. Essence 20. You know. Essence 20. You ever just look at something and you're like, that's not right. Like, that's incorrect. You can't do that. And what is Welcome to Night Vale? Welcome to Night Vale, if I remember correctly, and someone can correct me if they wish. Effectively, what happened with Essence 20 is Essence 20 is a D20 game with a stacking die. That may sound a little odd, but effectively, you're going to be rolling a D20, and your modifier, instead of a +1 or +2, is in fact a die size. So it might be D4, D6, D8, D10. Now, Essence 20 is very much a derivative of 5e, even just down to the fact that there's classes and skills, and the way that everything reads is very odd. It's a very odd game. I have a few different theories on why it is the case. Now, Welcome to Night Vale is a horror serial, I guess. It's a radio show. Effectively, it's a radio show of, there's some weird spooky shit going on, but we're going to pretend that it's completely normal, and it's a horror serial story. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Now, you may be wondering, Notepad, if it's a horror serial, why is there a character doing effectively a kickflip on a skateboard? Yeah, I don't know why someone's, doing a kickflip on a skateboard. I don't know why they're using a D20 system that I don't actually care for. Like, the weird thing with, like, Essence 20 is Essence 20 is the ones who did the Power Rangers TTRPG. Yes, the Power Rangers TTRPG is Essence 20. I did not like the Power Rangers RPG. I felt that it was not the right way of doing things. This was the incorrect way to actually do Power Rangers. I'm like, okay. But then they also did the Transformers RPG. Okay, which is the same thing. Even down, this is the part where I knew, like, these are literally interchangeable systems, to the point where there's a crossover book. You can get what's that, tetanus. They have tetanus in Transformers called the Rust Plague. Yeah, you can get tetanus. Now, you also have G.I. Joe. Also using the same system. Yeah. And now, the other weird thing going on is technically the My Little Pony game also uses Essence 20. And now, Welcome to Night Vale is going to get an Essence 20 book. You ever just think like people don't know what's going on? You make it sound like a bad version of D20 Modern. It's not even necessarily like, oh, it's a bad version of D20 Modern. Like, I literally have a theory that it was a 5e book at one point. My thing on Essence 20 is that there's three ways of why Essence 20 exists. The first reason is they were making a 5e supplement for Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Power Ranger. They were making an actual 5e book for that. Somewhere along the way, Hasbro stepped in and said, no, you cannot make a 5e version of this. And they're like, okay. And they just took what they had and effectively changed some names on it. Option 2 was that this was originally a completely different system that they were developing. Hasbro steps in, says, no, it needs to be more like 5e. And then they changed everything there. And then option 3, it's maybe they got scared by the OGL scandal. No, you got to remember, Spartan, all of this is directly by Hasbro. Like, Hasbro has like they all do Hasbro properties. This is really the first game, like, if we do like Google Essence 20, like, this is really the first game they've done that is not a this is the first game that they've done that is not strictly, mind you, a Hasbro property. And that's really odd. Again, you see like My Little Pony, Transformers, Welcome to Night Vale, and you look at that, you're like, what? What is that supposed to mean? And it's a really weird thing to think about, isn't it? That everything has been Hasbro except this Welcome to Night Vale thing. And it's the thing is, it feels like a different system, if that makes sense. It feels like a completely different system. But is like, how do I want it? It's someone wrote a different game, and then someone came in and then like hacksawed, like legitimately like hacksawed 5e into it, like Frankenstein abomination tier. I'm genuinely curious of like what the plan was with this game. Unironically, I don't think it was the OGL crisis. I think this was something very planned. I think there was something very planned out here. I think that's very interesting. But let's get to what the plan is today. Today we're going to be working on the very unofficial Palworld tabletop role-playing game. What is a very unofficial Palworld tabletop role-playing game? This was a game that people proposed, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. Things changed over time. Originally, this was Nautomons. If you look down here, you get to kind of see things like Deviancy and Nautomons get mentioned quite a bit. Obviously, that's changed over time. I would say this is barely recognizable from Nautomons outside some very early writing bits. Like, it's effectively its own thing at this point. And that is a beautifully fucked thing to think about. But what do we actually need to do? Well, if we go all the way through here, we explain like what pals are, how pals work, what their archetypes are, what their pal tier is, what your pal attributes are, and all our different pal tributes, one might even call them. What I should do is we should put this to the right. This and attribute ATK DEF levels. If we do this correctly, I need to go over here. I know correctly. Do I remember? Do I remember my notes correctly? Cause I probably forgot, cause I'm a dumb fuck. And so we want to do, if I remember correctly, this is just things you gotta remember, unfortunately. Gotta get rid. We go all the way up here. This would be +5 every. Technically, it'd be +5 every level. The Bratty Toaster Diaz. Hal Tribute violently explode. You make a building games under the. Yeah, that was the big thing there. It's thematically appropriate. It's evolve. Wait. Do pals evolve like in Pokemon? No, they don't actually. Fun fact. Pals do not evolve. Now, you may be thinking, Notepad, of course pals evolve. What about Sweepas and Swees? Sweepa and Swee are quite literally different pals. These are different pals that just coexist with one another. One is not like an evolution of the other. You can just capture a Sweepa if you want, but none of the Swees. Even though Swees are annoying little fuckers, and they even talk about it, being like, yeah, the reason why they're called Sweepa and Swee is that Sweepas are just gigantic furballs that Swees go into if they want to hide. I'm like, oh. But they're different pals. But they're not different pals, right? And the answer is no, they totally are. They are completely different creatures. You're like, alright, fuck it. Just fuck it. This is completely reasonable. Let me see. I want to do that. Let me double check here. We want to do 2 every 3. Zero. I did it. It was 6 levels. Whoop. There we go. I think I heard a manly. We do have a manly. Let me bring up manly. Let me bring up my strongest warrior, my fucking cat manly. I'm gonna make a joke about the game evolving, but yeah, Palworld is really weird in that regard. Like, yeah, there are no evolutions or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, alright, this is perfectly normal. Let me bring it down here. We need to select you. Again, to give you an idea of what really needs to actually occur here. Normal text. 7, we need to select all of you. 1 is we need to do this, and then we need to do min 0. We go over here, and we need to find min 0. Here's your defense. Hit that button, we hit that button, and there we go. Actually, we only need to go to 4. We only need to go to, we only need to go to there, but there we go. Yeah, to give you the idea of our illustrious existence of being PAL tamers, this is effectively the number of d10s you're going to be rolling if I hit you with an attack. This is the number that you're reducing that d10, the number of d10s to roll. So, effectively, if I have an attack of, say, 30, and you have a defense of 10, that means I'm rolling 2d10 damage against you. If, say, for example, you have 40 defense and I have 10 attack, I just do 1d5 damage. I do half a d10 of what damage, which usually isn't going to be a lot. As you can see here, a Lamball, a tier 1 producer, is dog shit. It's a really terrible PAL at doing everything. Why is this the case? Because it's a dog shit PAL. Like, it's literally a fucking PAL designed to just kind of it's a sheep. It's a sheep that falls over when it gets tired. It's literally me. Like I'm like, oh, I'm sleepy now. I'm just going to fall over and die. Like, that's a really stupid plot. Like, what's going on? Me, it's like, yes, it's peak. Like Judge Judy Kaisen, it's peak. But now the thing is, what we need to do is we need to adapt a lot of different PALs to this. So what we're going to be doing today, again, we got our basic IVs. IVs are pretty much every 5 levels, you get D5 IVs to spread around wherever you want. They're not as valuable putting them into attack or defense. However, they still, it's still valid to put them in there to say, hey, instead of 10 minus 10, so it's 0, so I deal 1d5 damage, I might, actually, no, that's a bad example. I guess the best way to think about it is if I have 20 and you have 10 defense, I would do a total of 1d10 damage. No, I do 1d10 damage to you. I have 25 minus 10. I still do 1d10 damage because it's just 15. However, if you have a 12 there, all of a sudden, doesn't mean as much, but suddenly, if this occurs, you've removed my d10. It helps close the distance a little bit more by just assigning your IVs there, but it's really not the most important thing in the world. PAL shape and PAL size and body type. Effectively, this determines your health. If we go over here, this is the health chart. The health chart is a little complicated, but as you can kind of see here, the level 10 Lamball will have 40 HP. A level 15 Woolly Pup, though, with absolutely no changes, mostly to its body attribute, is going to have 89. Now, getting hit with an attack that does 89 damage is a little bit more painful than anything, but hey, that's the point. Certain PALs can simply be better at fighting. People are talking about gacha games. Yeah, people are talking about gacha games in my server. As the gacha king, I have been doing my best. But yes, we've got quite a few. We were working on this earlier though. Now, what is it? This is our PAL moves. Now, every move you use in Palworld. Now, this is a thing in Palworld. So let's open up Palworld moves. Skills, as they're called. Let's just use something like Poison Blast. What does Poison Blast do? I shoot dark element energy at you. I go ping and I shoot it at you. Now, what does this actually mean? What's the gameplay here? It's got a power of 30 that augments our attack, and it You know, it's like, okay, it has to be distance, it has to be, might be resistant to poison, and it can be used in a lot of different situations. Now, effectively, what the plan is that every single Palworld move, effectively, technically works off of this chart. In some way or another, every move is one of these moves. Every single one of them. And what we can do, if you can kind of see here, put element there. Since every single move is effectively the exact same, what we do is just apply this ability type here. So we want to say, what's my ability? It's Fire Burst. It has a close range. That means it's going to be acting first in the round. It's got a power of 10. You add it to whatever your attack power is. And whatever damage you deal, you double it. It's pretty fucking good. And it targets everybody. It targets every enemy on the field because it's a Fire Burst. And it has an element of fire. Easy peasy, lemano squeezio. Yeah, so it's... Oh yeah, speaking about games, World of Worship's doing a collab with fucking Blue Archive of all things. Like, I want you to understand. Let me just do crossovers. Like, there is not just one crossover. Like, there is multiple crossover. There's 40k ships. Like, there is literally a boat you can pilot. You can be fucking Erebus and fly around and be on a boat. This is an actual boat. You want to get on my Chaos Dreadnought? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Of course I do. You want to get on the Ignis Purgatorio? Yeah, of course. Why not? It just makes sense. What if we do the, if I remember correctly, they did a... Yeah, here's the Hololive boats. You want to get on the Hololive boats? Yeah. And I can't even say like, oh man, World of Tanks is so much better. No, man. Girls und Panzer. You could just play Girls und Panzer in fucking World of Tanks. This is just an option. Multiple people play with the Girls und Tanks, fucking crossover, where they are just the anime girls in a fucking Katushka. This is just the way that I give them credit. This is just what they do. This is the plan. Every single game is going to get an anime crossover of some variety. Blue Archive is one of the most popular games in Asia. Yeah, it's like, they gotta remember, like, Blue Archive is one of the most popular games in Asia. Shit makes bank. Of course it's gonna cross over with legitimately everything. Not like fucking Arknights. Mind you, Arknights and Rainbow Six Siege. I want you all to remember that technically in a debatable canon, Tachanka shows up in Arknights. What do you mean debatable canon? Because they are and aren't there at the same time. They just are there because it's a crossover event. Or you get Nikki, Goddess of Victory, where technically Makima shows up. You know, Makima. Is there a reason she shows up? No, there is legitimately not a single good reason she shows up. It is literally a, convoluted meme, effectively, that she's there. Like, anime crossovers with games are the best thing in the fucking world. I love weird crossovers. Well, here's the thing, Digit. I do not know if Tom Clancy would weep. Because literally the entire thing is, oh no, someone found alien artifacts on Earth, and we have brought, and Rainbow Six, mind you, Rainbow Six crosses the boundary, gates that shit, goes to Terra, and says, damn, this place sucks. And then you see a woman from the FBI beat the shit out of a cat man. This is a thing. You gotta remember, Rainbow Six, like, you gotta remember, Ash beats the shit out of a cat man. An American girl's fist breaks a man's fucking jaw. Little anime Catman's like, oh no, what am I doing? And then an American woman beats the shit out of him. Like, yeah, it's like, I think Tom Clancy would be like, hell yeah, fuck terrorists. God bless America, invaded a new world, hell yeah. It's like, yeah, alright, fuck it. Fuck it. It just works. It just works. God, the Rainbow Six collab was so weird. Because it's one of those things where you have to, like, sit down and be like, yeah, this is something we just have to accept. Or it's like, yeah, here's Frost. I don't take Frost seriously. I don't get it. I don't, like... Tom Clancy, God bless America. Eagle flies overhead as you see an FBI lady beat up a cat man. Like, again, this is peak Americana, baby. Nikki is a weird setting. The thing with Nikki, and I was in a conversation with people about this, and I'll be the first one to say it. Nikki is one of those games where people say, oh man, it's literally, I go in for the ass and tits. Oh man, the lore is great. But then it bell curves back me like, I'm here for the ass and tits. And I'm like, I try to take it seriously. I really do, being like, well, the story's a really deep and intricate one, and you're victimizing the Nickies by thinking that way, that they're disposable meat bags. On the other hand, jiggle jiggle, got a gun, jiggle jiggle jiggle. I'm like, okay. Like, I feel like we're not connecting on the same wavelength here. Being a titty game, ironically, is different than being it unironically, and you can't be both. And I hear people who have sunk many, many hours into the game talking about like it's both. I'm like, it's not. I think you just have a problem. Really, dude? Really? Oh god, he's Brazilian. Oh lord, Brazilians. Alright. So let's see. The elemental cycle. Let's see, if targeting a pal that is weak against an element, they will add... 22 their attack, increasing the possibility of damage for the enemy. If they are targeting a pal that is strong against their element, they will have the attack of their have the attack. Different health and pain thresholds. Everything's a little bit different. Battle hour, battle zone. Effectively, the idea of the battle zone is simple. At the start of the round, Everyone chooses what they want to do. I want my pal to use Dark Ball. I am going to make a melee attack. Then you resolve in order. You start with instant actions, close actions, middle actions, far actions, and then retreat actions. Effectively, you can attack earlier here to do things, but far is going to usually do more damage. Now, what I need to do is I need to make sure that any far attack consistently has insane power and either like insane power bonuses or insane pain bonuses. Because the entire concept of it is you are being hit with a thing that's taking a while to wind up, technically. And as you kind of see, this is the Pal Tamer. Any instant action the Pal Tamer does. Just like anytime the Pal Tamer, let's say I'm the Pal Tamer, I say, hey, I want to make a melee attack. I'd use whatever my melee weapon's attack power is to determine their damage. I am literally running up there with a sword to hit you with the sword. That's what I'm doing. Ting, I'm going to hit you with that weapon. But I want my pal to, let's say I use my pal to use a close ability. This is what the close ability would be like. So, let's see. Ooh, I should do Pal Tamer's guard. 9 plus 30 to their defense. Beats a hasty retreat, and then we have our pal abilities again, close and mid far. Generally speaking, like they don't really do great. Yeah, there we go. You can also just use an instant action just to hug your pal. There you go. That's the option we need. Hey, what will the element of the pal be making attack have an effect, such as the element of the attack and the pal being attacked? No. Well, sort of. Technically, what you can do is, for example, let's say I have a Fuwak. Let's say I have a Fuwak. It's a fucking duck. It's a water type. Technically speaking, you can feed this fucking duck a fire ability. You can feed it fire. You can give it one of the one of the fruits and teach it a fire ability. Now, anytime it's getting hit with a fire ability, it's not doing as much damage. He's having all the attack power against him. Anytime he uses the fire ability, that's it. At the end of the day, you are more recording the fact of whatever the ability being used is versus the ability versus your defense. One of the advantages being of a melee attack, just running up there and hitting them effectively, is saying, I am dealing whatever my element is. A Fuwak would always be water if he makes a melee attack, but he might have a fire ability, a dark ability, and a grass ability. But anytime he just throws himself at the problem, but you probably don't want to do that. You don't want to throw a fucking duck at, a fucking water duck at the problem. That's not a good idea. To add something. You need to add something right here, which is going to be put that in help. Maybe do I no, I don't put it. I'll probably need to do that, but we're gonna put resolving. We're gonna do resolving damage. So, a pal has let's see. During battle and will end up taking damage. Well, it's during battle, it's almost inevitable a pal will end up taking damage from an attack. How is this resolved? First the pal will take their then it takes their base attack. Let's see. It takes their base attack power and then adds their ability and adds their ability's power rating. Let's see. Takes their base attack power and then adds their abilities and their power rating to it. This is the total attack power. This is the total attack adds their ability power. This is the total attack power. The total attack power is represents 1d10 per 10 of the let's see, per 10. Thus a 30 total attack power would be 3d10 damage. Second, the pal taking damage done by taking their base defense power and adding any modifier such as guarding more item effects. This is the total defense power. The total defense. Well, let's see. Reduces the total attack power. So a total attack power of 30 against a total defense power of 15 would be a total attack power of 15 instead, i.e. 1d10 damage. Finally, the damage damage die are rolled. Damage die are rolled. This is referred. Damage die are rolled, and the health of the pal is reduced equal to the die result. Equal to the die results. If the pal is using if the pal is using an inability with a pain modifier, usually a multiplier of ×2 or ×3, of 2 or 3, then they will multiply their final damage by that amount. Thus, rolling a 5 with a ×3 pain modifier would deal 15 damage total. 15 damage in total. Mm. Mm-hmm. It's not complicated. It's literally basic math. Like, okay. Ability element versus target rather than attacker's element. Yeah, pretty much. It's almost encouraged in the game because some pals just don't have like really good elements themselves, but they either naturally get different abilities or you can just give them ones. Surprise, like, oh no, there's an enemy that's really resistant to it, but none of their attacks deal it. Just give him something they're weak to and they can fight them pretty easily. It's going to be kind of like, I want to do something similar to this, which is the idea of like, hey, you are able to resolve damage this way. Actually, if they only deal a negligible 1d5 damage. Like, generally speaking, like, you're never going to do a lot of damage if your attack power is beaten. You're only going to do 1d5. Even if you have, like, oh, well, I have a ×3 or something, pain modifier. What's 1 times 3? It's 3. And that's kind of that's one of the things with some of the abilities when it comes to, like, yeah, here's a thing with negative power. On the other hand, it has a ×5 pain threshold. So it's like, yeah, you use this against something, you roll 4d10. If you manage to still get like 4d10 on it, oh wow, congratulations, you deal like a bajillion damage. And that's the point. See, force multiplier, each weapon. Actually, going to do. We're going to put you here. We're going to put you here. We're going to put you right here. So this is our ranged weapon. So what we could even do, let's just call it firearms. Firearms. We're going to put you here. So we don't need you anymore. Okay, so very basic things here. We've got range, bows, crossbows. Do we have any other range things that we need? No, not really. Then we're going to do melee. What we're going to do is we're going to have the three genders of weapons in good old Palworld, which is to say spear, spear, sword, and stick. So we want to do. We have a blade. Blade is going to have decent attack power, decent pain. It's going to be close phase. It's going to have a no ammo, and it's going to have no tag associated with it. We're going to have an axe. Axe is going to have higher attack power, but deal less damage. We don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. Pickaxe doesn't have very good attack power, has decent pain. Actually, yeah, the pinnacle. Effectively, a musket would just be a rifle of some variety, unironically. I guess we could put in like a bucket. Let's just put it in a musket. Go. Yes, with a rocket launcher, you roll 20d10 against the enemy. However, the idea is that rockets are just really expensive. Being like, congratulations, you're going to go bankrupt. Okay, we do, we cannot use that for foraging, obviously. Let's see, do we have anything? A stun baton. Okay. Basic things here. Now, what happens is we go over here, we do the quality. Now, the quality of a weapon indicates effectively what actually you're getting. It's like you get a bonus pain mod, you get this. What we do, what we're going to do is what we can here. We're going to put tags. There we go. So let's just kind of go. Let's just have a look. This is what we're gonna do. Have a look, everybody. So, basic idea. Makeshift quality. This is a makeshift thing. Only rifles and handguns can be makeshift. Technically, we can do. Pour rifle, handgun, ball. Standard issue, sell, ball. Kind of the idea of like it's based off the ammo more than anything. Though you cannot have a military grade musket or an arsenal grade artisanal weapon or old tech. Even an old tech where we can even do like you can only really sell weapons at that point. Weapons that use cells. And then we put old tech, shoddy. Shoddy. Actually, we can. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do? We do firearm. We do firearm quality. Firearm quality. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Da 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 da. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Kind of the idea of the PIDF Armory is saying, hey, this is like an actual restricted weapon that you cannot have. There we go. Rocket launcher. The bow, the crossbow, and then at the end of the ranged weapons tech tree, the musket. See, that's the goofy thing. Is like, there's so many goofy ass weapons now. Like, you can get a laser gun in Palworld, fun fact. Like, you just want to fucking relate. Like, oh man, I want a laser gun. Like, okay, cool, you get a laser gun. Like, alright, cool, you want a laser gun? Yeah, alright, it's right there. Come on. You want a fucking laser gun? Then come and get it. Like, oh yeah, all right. Let's see. Quality. This would be Mm. 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 Restricted. Like anything like fancy is technically restricted. This is illegal for you to have. This is illegal for you to own. You should not have it. Double shot. There we go. There we go. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, no, your gun doesn't have an element to it. However, you can get a ranged weapon with an actual element on it. Ultimate weapon, the Colt CSA for maximum memes. Guy cosplay an Imperial Guardsman. I really need to boot Palworld back up one of these days. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. Technically, if you want to do that, all that it would be is a handgun, handgun at artisanal grade. A artisanal actual handgun would do, it would be 60 attack power with ×3 pain on it. No, it would be 50 attack power with ×3 pain on it. And you just shoot someone saying, "Fuck you." Spin around. Reloading and the thrill of reloading in combat. Actually, let's look it out. Yeah, you pay for that artisanal grade. PIDF armory is like your standard, like, yeah, no, this is just fucking expensive. We'll do something like that. We'll do something like that. Keep the cost nice and easy. Range quality, elemental. We have wood weapons. We have actually it would be wood. If we go to weapons, it would be technically it would be wood, stone, iron. I can fucking spell. Iron, refined metal. Actually, this would just be a metal. Refined metal. Then it would go to. Technically, it would be palladium. Not palladium. It would be. I know it's palladium. Yeah. It would be palladium. Cost. Default cost, everything is wood. Stone. Actually, no. Default cost would be wood is half. Stone is your default cost. Metal is twice its value. Refined metal is 10 times its value. Palladium is 250. Is actually we'll do 25 times its valuable eval, and last steel would be times 50 its value. So if we do the consistent increase in power, stone we would do stone would be 0, like we don't have to worry about that. Metal, obviously we increase pain by 1. Refined metal, we increase it, we do 60, increase pain by 2. Palladium, it's 100. And it does 3 pain. Glass steel, 120. It does pain 4. The one downside of melee weapons is that you're fucking melee and you have to go in, you act close. You're pretty much acting first, effectively. and it's like, yeah, it's a go big, go home, super strike. Ugh. Oh god, I just realized you mentioned World of Warships. You know, I'm a super fan of mill games. There's a naval warship space game in your library. It's been a Lancer battle group, but good. Technically there's two. Technically, if you want to be really specific, there are two. You can either be... Shut up, I don't want shortcuts. You can either go with 0 Hour Squadron, where everyone is... It's space-time, except you're all in fighters, and it's... Yeah, everyone is in... it's effectively a fighter ship game. It's a very esoteric system. A lot of different aliens, a lot of different things going on. People shoot each other a lot. It's, yeah. Very strange things going on, and everyone's feeling very sad. If you want something more boats in space, there is, Void Haunters. Void Haunters, right here. Void Haunters is probably one of the more bizarre games I've written, mostly due to the fact that it's literally about being in spaceships and you are pirates and you are all terrible human beings. It is also the game where you can die almost immediately because your ship got shot right here and everyone is dead. Because every ship is built like this. Anytime you take damage, you are actually marking off sections of your ship, which is damaging various parts of your ship, including having things get tore off your ship, which is bad. This is one of those games that just needs like about 1 million different things to make it work properly the way I'd want it to. So I'm still very happy with the structure and initiative system I came up with it. There are 2 here. Go away. I don't need you. No one loves you. There we go. Yeah. So those are the 2. Trust me, I've been wanting to do things like that for a while. I have the idea. I have the notes. It does work. I just need it. You win or you die, and weirdly horny. Yes. It's 0 Hour Squadron is literally a game of fucking hardcore. Like it is one of the most hardcore, like actual just fighting tooth and nail games available I have. I just made everything weirdly horny because of another game called Change Stars. You can also look at the Azur Lane game. Needs a lot of work. Like honestly, I'm half tempted to rewrite that entire game. Like I might put it on the list next time of when we get done with Fist of Chaos. I'm gonna add in the next round of voting. The next round of voting will probably have that in there as an option, being like we just have to gut this entire game. Are you trying to shield yourself, or are you going insane without an obsession project? Bit of A, bit of B. We're working on stuff. We got to work on Palworld. We're doing weapons. Those weapons are a pain in my ass. Hey, 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 llama. Okay, so we're going to do cost here. This is going to be the cost in gold coins. Gold coins is the primo currency of Palworld because you need just more money. So the absolute cheapest we can get a bow is going to be worth about 100, let's say 250 coins. Crossbows are looking more to be about 500 coins. Now you may be thinking, wow, 500 sounds like a deal. It's not. Especially when you start having to realize, hey, wait a fucking second. I'm paying I'm paying a absurd amount of money. Uh-oh. I'm fucking poor. Like, yeah, it's you want to buy a crossbow at, like, I want to buy a masterwork crossbow. That is 5,000 coins. And you still got to find the guy who's willing to buy it off of you. And that's the cheap one. Blade. We want a blade to be actually pretty expensive. An actual good sword is something that is somewhat of a rarity. Prices are not final. We want an axe to be pretty cheap. Oh, actually, let's just make you let's make you 300. Pickaxes are pretty cheap, all things considering. Spears are pretty cheap, all things considering, and batons are cheap. Swords are the coolest thing in the setting. And why? Because they're just made for killing people. Let's see. Actually, attack power a little there. Shotguns are not really that good. Good night. Hacking eagles and rifles. See, hacking eagles and rifles is really difficult. And hacking eagles and rifles is difficult for the sole reason that it's so based around line warfare, around linear warfare, that adapting to kind of more chaotic scruffles is very difficult. Is it possible? I think it would be possible. Would it be easy? No. But maybe that's what you want. Who knows? Let's get rid of you now. We don't need you more. We're going to here. We do ranged weapons and then add in melee weapons. So we do that. Tino 9, we put you at Nutino. At but it's Nutino Light. This. Ooh. Yeah, one of the advantages of being a pal tamer is that you actually get weapons that you can use to augment your abilities. The problem of using weapons that augment your abilities is that you are very reliant on your attack power here, and you really don't have like a base attack power. Actually, I should say, there we go. Whatever your bot. Actually, you know what we can do? Why don't we just do this? Boom. Whatever your body is. So you may be able to get a +5 or something on it. And maybe you can get a few points extra on being able to use it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hit this button, column 6.25. 0.625, pick 0.5, we 0.84. And put you to 1. Why don't we put you to 1.25? That palladium as one might call it. See it? It's funny because it's pal. Maybe the real pals were the friends we made along the way. And that leads to final one, which is firearm. I'm a goof. I'm a goofy goober, as one might say. I am God's silliest clown. Look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. We put you here, and select all of you. We hit that magic button there. We boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Do 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. Oop. You. So yes, technically you can have a musket. Muskets are pretty good, but you gotta reload the damn things. And if we delete table, armor, we're gonna down there right now. We got rid of you. Let me do restricted. So we have restricted. We got may move their attack to may move their attack to the retreat phase and +3 to their attack power. Two of these weapons both are +10 to their attack power. The Palworld can hold down the trigger and hope for the best. I mean, add up 5 additional bullets and add +5 attack power per bullet. Let's actually that remote. But insert table 3x4, and we do ammo type. The leading cause of bankruptcy for Pal Tamers, buying guns. So we have rifle, handgun, cell, arrow, bolt, shell, ball. Rocketo-san. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we have 2 more? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Column width 1. Column width here 0.5. Column width 1 here 0.5. Can we bump you up to 2? Oh, let's do 1.25 and then here. Then we get rid of you. correctly. We throw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh! Wahoo! That cost ooh. Maybe wondering what's going on there. It is literally grabbing onto all of the tables. And it's thinking that I want to go all the way up here because it's thinking like this right here is connected to right up here. So it's getting really confused. That's what's going on here. Arrows cost 2. They don't have a tag. Balls cost 10. Have a tag. Bolts cost 5. Don't have a tag. Cells cost 80. No tag. Elemental arrow. Actually, let's do. We can actually make. Can we make you one? Let's make you 0.7. If we make you 0.75, we can make you 0.75 now. Then. Elemental arrows cost 15. Cost 15, and they have an element tag. Handgun bullets cost 12. Holy bullets cost 100. A holy bullet costs 175. Rifle bullets cost 20. Rockets cost 125. Shells cost Shells cost a exorbitant 15 per shell. Technically, they cost the same as rifle bullets. Actually, we make those 15, so rifles and everything. Okay. So yeah, no, you wanna buy those rifle bullets now, Bucko? Polar coordinate game. Just divide playing field and mirror line, faking the usual 13th age circled battle map. Use that mirror line. You have X time, stop pushing, Y time, turn around, both of which are modifiable. Oh Jesus. Like, so we've got our basic premise here. I want to buy rifle bullets. Why do I want to buy rifle bullets? Because my gun takes rifle bullets. I want to shoot bullets in my rifle. Yeah, congratulations. You have 35. You have 30. You want to buy 30 rounds? Cool. That's only going to set you back, 450 coins. A fucking mag is going to set you back gonna set you back a gun. Things are expensive, and I want to get across the idea that like things like this are expensive to buy, with the idea that the stronghold system is all about manufacturing and making dollary dues. So we do restricted, elemental, we do execution. What else are we looking? Double shot. What are we looking for? Explosive. Technically, I'm looking for foraging and stagger. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Or ascending, aim, auto, holding. Imbued execution. Oof. A jing. Da. Yo, we do elemental, we got execution. Or other law-abiding citizens stagger. Make a need to make a bod check. It would be bod plus. Yeah, having a club, when in doubt, just have a club and clobber someone over the head with it. What are you gonna do about that, fuck boy? Oh, you're gonna shoot me with a gun? What if I just jump you? You know, contrasting that, having a pal use a close ability against you will probably dissuade you. Actually, deals damage above 10. Target must make it. Okay, there we go. So even if you fuck up and don't actually do enough damage with it, you can't stagger them effectively. So that encourages you to get a better weapon, get a better stick to beat someone to death with, because you can do more damage to them. Having a wooden stick isn't really going to do much for you, because you would be having a baton would be doing 1d10 damage, so you won't be staggering much of anyone. Here, you know, we'll even put fist for stagger. There you go. Bingo, bango, bongo. I don't want to leave the Congo. I don't know. We do this. We do that. In header row, we hit that button. Ammo type, melee quality. Technically, we could probably keep it there, but I think that's fine. Because alphabetizing things is important for me because I'm clinically autistic. Like, I know I shouldn't alphabetize everything, but God, I hate it when things aren't alphabetized. It's so annoying to me. I don't know, and again, I don't know why. It's like as frustrating as it is for me. It's like, just fucking alphabetize it. God damn, just do it. It's not hard. Durability. When Pallet Tamer takes damage, it will reduce armor durability by the amount they have taken. Yeah, this is the ultimate ha 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 moment, which is the idea that your armor will break down over time. So anytime the Pallet Tamer is actually in combat, they're losing durability. Don't forget to add illegal options. I have to play the game. Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, I think this should do well. Actually, you know what we can do? This, we go here, we put here. We put you that. We put you Tino. Defense value, defense power. Actually, we get rid of durability and we replace defense power with like bonus health. No, yeah, no, let's do that. Let's just do. You just get we'll call it durability still, but like a bear you get 0, light you get 5 extra HP, cloth you get 10, pelt you get 15, metal you get 20, fine metal you get 30, palladium you get 40, plasteel you get 50. Doesn't seem like a lot, but you're being able to at least catch up slightly when you start inevitably taking damage. Armored. This is a bulwark. Also acts as a shield again. Mm. Work. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Let's see. Mm. 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 How would you word that? It's effectively what I want to dictate is like, let's say I have 75. Let's say I have 75 health. Actually, let's see. Actually, let's say I'm wearing metal armor. This gives me plus 20 HP. Let's say I have a default HP of 25, and so I would have a total of 45 health total. Let's say I take damage and I'm down to 15 HP. I take off my armor. Technically, what that would mean is that I'm at negative 5 HP right now. That's not what I want to have happen. I want to word it being like, if you remove your armor, you aren't actually dying, if that makes sense. Like, armor, it would be, armor is reduced, bulwark is reduced first. Actually, okay, no, It's a really weird way of wording this. I think adding a and not compounded, therefore any change current amount such. That's a good. Yeah. You see that. You see what I mean by that. That's what I'm like worried, being just like, oh, I've taken my armor off and I'm now bleeding to death. Like, let's see. Let's see. There we go. We do this, and then we. Again, it's kind of like I'm being a little bit like, yeah, we're being a little bit like simpler about it. Like, hey, any changes to reducing that, don't worry about it. It's just. It's a very simple premise. It's a very obtuse way of having to say it, though. But yeah, no, it's pretty much, you're not getting as much HP, but your defense power is going up. It's kind of the idea of like, yeah, wearing like metal armor, you are going to remove 30 damage coming at you. So instead of taking 5d10, you're taking 2d10. and you get 20 extra health. It's very gradual increase, and once you kind of hit the, once you start hitting the metal tiers, that's when things start getting like, okay, you know, we're actually being able to survive a little bit more, and you know, our actual survivability is increasing. Okay, there we go. And then we do 2 medicinals. Should do is not heading to. On a mare, we do this. We heading 3. We armor. Then we go immediately to medicines and tools. So, vials. So, you don't really need to worry about this. We're going to go to here. We're going to screen all the way up. We're going to go gameplay, crafting, random events, combat, crafting, items. Give me some items. Bag. We need not accessory. Nope, that's not it. We need structure. Consumables. Here we go. Recovery up. So. So we're going to have to rewrite all of this shit right now. So. Green potion. Restore 2d10 health to a pal tamer or their pal. We are going to do. Honey. Suspicious juice. Let's see. Life fruit grenade. Yeah. Let's see. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Yeah, effectively, congratulations, you have taken a get ready for drugs. Yes, these are medical supplies. Technically we shouldn't do all of these. We can actually do just psycho killer. Psycho killer. Da na 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 na. We do to yeah, no, we do that. We do my fruit grenade. We do medical pills. Yo, we do some add in some funny drugs. Just to say, hey, I want to go fucking fast. I am not a pussy. I am going fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Actually, Mm. 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 Yeah. Breed up. I'm gonna double the rate of pal breeding. Oh god. Bad Spartan. No. No. We want to do actually no, we don't. We just want to do let's do. Been a while since we opened up zombies and ziggurats. Medical supplies, smokable herbs. Mm. Oh. Oh, of course. Of course you're fucked and not right. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't you be? Why fucking wouldn't you be? Because I live in a fucking clown society. Uh that we mm, 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 mm. Then we keep it at 10. Okay, so we do all of this. Are these? Obviously, we do not need to talk about Sada, the holy, the great, and wonderful, and the powerful. Blessed be his name. Bedroll. Mm. 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 What's the term that I'm using for? I'm using the... it is favor. Mm. 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 Evil spirits. Mm. Simple iron spikes, a carry lantern, a belt lantern, nails, oil vials, paper, prayer beads. Mm. 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 Beads, symbols. Mm. 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 Let's see. Rope, spyglass, torch, common hunting trap. Go. When you finish, you'll be able to use some stuff for it in Temtem as well. Pretty much. Yeah, no, it's like I've never really engaged with Temtem at all. Actually, I should say. Various leather and stone marks indicating allegiance to the Pirate Brotherhood. Then we would do probably stolen. Let's see. Shiny badge with PIDF officer, probably stolen. Oh god, what's the factions? Palworld characters, tower bosses, the factions. Free Pal Syndicate, Brotherhood, Eternal Pyre. It's Eternal Pyre, that. PIDF, Pal Research Unit. PGRU. An exceedingly rare ID card for the Let's see. Headband worn by one of the Moonflower Shinobi. Believe it. There we go. To believe it, as one might say. Do they even have headbands? I'm gonna double check. Yeah, the Moonflower Genin or Jonin. Yeah, I believe they do actually have headbands. Moonflower Genin. Yeah, well, they sort of have headbands. I'm assuming they're going to. They're little fuckers, by the way. Gonna be honest with you. These fuckers are annoying. They are dangerous. They'll fucking teleport and rip your head open without telling you. You're like, oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh god. I remember the first time I encountered them, I'm like, oh cool, ninja. Oh shit, ninjas. Temtem. See, it's Temtem. Temtem's one of those weird ones that people were like, "This is going to be the big thing." Like, I remember for a minute there, people were so like hyped for Temtem. It was gonna be Temtem hours. We're gonna do it. Temtem, Temtem, Temtem. It was like MMO Pokemon, MMO Pokemon, MMO Pokemon. Gonna be the big thing, big thing, big thing. And then it kind of just, I wouldn't say fizzled, but I think when people realized it was an MMO, I think people kind of got lukewarm on it. Yeah, let's expect infinite content. I think that's the problem with like any of these like MMO or live service things being like, yeah, of course, that's the entire idea. You have to endlessly expand it. That's the problem. You must endlessly expand Temtem. Just fake them all. The issue designs are all just boring. Yeah, it's one of those things where if it was like a single player, here's the thing. If it was a single player game, like you're going through the magic adventures of Temtem, it's effectively legally distinct Pokemon, more as a way to say, here's how you can make an interesting Pokemon game with our own battle system, our own idea. They're Fakemon, but there are Fakemon, if that makes sense. There's something that we put a little bit of time, a little bit of effort into to make it our own. Alright, I'm like that, but it's like, oh, it's an MMO, and then since it's an MMO, it's got all the connotations behind being an MMO. And you're like, oh goodness, oh me. Oh me, oh my oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Mm. 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 Give me pal spheres. Pal spheres. Mm. We'll do pal sphere. Mm. A radar sphere. Pal mega giga. Mm. Mm. Hyper ultra legend ultimate ultra. Mm. 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 I'm going to put a note for myself here. I'm literally going to just insert a table and then put a note here in my mm, 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 mm. Mm. Actually, would it be endearment or would it be? Let's see. It would be. I guess it would be cognition, body. I mean, what's the Palworld capture power? What does capture power actually? Because it's basically doing nothing. What? Only because it is basically doing the only 0.5 cash per legendary, 30 some cash per immune bump, 42 cash. Mm. 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 Okay, so let's see capture power, different PAL spheres of different base capture level. Game bonus capture power. What the fuck does capture power actually mean? Leading a successful catch. So it would be capture power plus. Guess it would be like a. Actually, We'll make an opposed endearment check with the. You're just relying purely on endearment. However, their endearment is 0. A lamb ball at level 1. If you want to capture a lamb ball level 1, you're going to roll 2d10 and try to beat that lamb ball. Your endearment's probably going to be a little higher, and it's going to have a little bit easier for you to capture them. That's the. Nobody loves Pokemon more than Spaniards. When you worked on Fortissimo, was the power system you made used for psychic powers, or would it work for psychic powers? It could work for psychic powers. How do we even fucking do this? Like, what is the. Like, there's gotta be an answer here. Am I missing something? But what's the math behind it? Is there math behind it? Three checks. On the first check, see if to deflect the ball. So, once you throw the ball, there's 13% chance to look at. Not a 13 chance of deflection or anything like that. There's it will either deflect the ball, break out of the first wiggle, or break out of the second wiggle. So similarly, 13% explaining 42% chance to grab. Okay, so. Mm. 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 If you roll 6 that sided die 10,000 times, you have a 1/6 chance to roll a 6 every time. It becomes greater in theory, but not in reality. You could roll. Mm. Mm. I mean, God. What would you do? Hmm. 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 I'm gonna put a tiger ball in there to create an example of making new pals. I legitimately probably could, but I'm trying to think of like, what would you? How do you? Oh Jesus! How do you make capturing pals? I mean, there's got to be an answer here, but what am I missing? Oh no! Oh God!